Good morning.
Hello.
Or good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. It's afternoon for us in Thailand. And we're super excited to be bringing you another installment of Everyday Tantra Tips. And each day as we meditate or we really feel into what is it that we want to share today, what's alive. And for us, then it was prioritizing. And like we've been doing these women's groups in China, and we're actually started our 3-day trainers training for helping people that want to actually train and teach Tantra to other women. And so we had all this feedback. We had people talking to us about, oh, here's what I would value, and here's what I really am looking for in going to a training like this. And in that feedback, then we had this opportunity to really take a look in our life and where we're not in alignment or we're not being congruent in what we're offering or what we're teaching, or we're just not making it a priority. And so all of this morning and last night I was thinking, wow, like we really can show up in these ways, and our business can be this amazing piece and our lives can be amazing if we're willing to prioritize the little things. And so that means being able to go to bed at 10 o'clock at night if you want to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Or like we went to Chiang Mai yesterday and we came back early because we knew that we had the outline to get prepared for, and this upcoming 30-day, everyday Tantra tips for the women here. And so it's prioritizing, what does it take? I know for Peter, he wants to have time to go work out.
I do. I love to work out.
And I want to have time to meditate and time to have sex. And there's the things that come really easily to us. And for a lot of us, once we start training ourselves to choose in that abundance and choose the things that we really want, then the next layer to start unpeeling is where are the things that you have this knowing in your heart. Like you've gotten to a point in your life that, especially if you're teaching it or you're offering it to other people, that you're like, wow, why am I still stuck? Why am I distracting myself? Why am I not showing up? And so for me, that's how you can really, really start up-leveling your life, is by prioritizing those things that you feel inside of you, the things that you put off because you were ashamed of, or that you felt like weren't worth it, or whatever the reasons are, whatever the excuses that you put in your head, and you distracted yourself with other things that may seem way, way, way more important or way more fun, so that you can really, really start creating the life that you're imagining in your head that's actually happening. So what kind of example can you give, Peter? Or there's ways that you have a hard time prioritizing, or you found that you can do better?
Sometimes it's hard to prioritize sleep. Sometimes it's hard to prioritize working out. Sometimes it's hard to prioritize eating good food. When you have all this delicious food, like you cannot believe the all-you-can-eat buffets and food they have here. It's ridiculous. And when there's so much abundance, it's hard to say no. It's like, wow, this is tasting so good. I just want to keep eating and eating. And then there's a couple of times when Monique and I are like, oh my God, we can't eat anymore. So it's learning to say no at certain times so you don't overindulge, and take care of your body.
What are the tips you can tell people at home how they can start really prioritizing the things that they want to bring into alignment in their life?
I think it's getting clear about what you're passionate about. It's not just like being like, oh, I kind of like this, so I'm just going to kind of dabble in this hobby or activity. It's really getting clear about what lights you up inside and set your heart on fire, and like, oh, I want to go do this. So go do it. Like, whenever I'm in San Diego, I love to go play pickleball with Sean Roop because it makes me smile. It makes me laugh. I love the exercise. I love the spontaneity and the creativity of how the game flows, and it's just a lot of fun.
Plus, Sean's just fun.
He is. He's a good partner.
And like some of the exercises that we offered the ladies this morning, and exercises I love to offer in real life, both to myself and other people, are a child exercise. Like really closing your eyes and going back. Like you can imagine, I offer people my visualization going down a golden staircase, and when you get to the bottom, and each step, then you're going back in time. And so you're going from age 45 to 40 to 38 to 35. So each step, then you're releasing years off of your age. And when you get to the bottom, then you go running out into whatever your safe space is. For some people, it's a beach or a forest or mountains. And so you step off of that last step, and you're 5 years old, and you're running to this amazing space. And in that place, then you get to actually start remembering what the gifts were that you were born with. Because all of us are born, like, have you ever looked into a baby's eyes? Like, babies, they already have the priorities straight because it was their birthright. Like, they're born knowing what their individual purpose is on this planet. And then slowly as we grow up, it starts getting covered up by people saying, no, you can't do that, or that's wrong, or shaming you, or blaming you, or taking away the intrinsic knowledge of what our bodies and our souls carry with us. And so in this visualization, then you go back to that 5-year-old and remembering that innocence and playfulness and what it was that you were most passionate about. And whether it was opening up your heart and teaching people, or dancing, or being an astronaut, or whatever the piece is for you, you start getting in touch with that knowing that got covered up a long time ago. And then you get to play in that. You really start envisioning bringing your 5-year-old and merging her with your adult self. And then you start walking back up the staircase. And when you're at the top, then you're at your current age. And then you bring that gift with you. And then you can sit and you can write down anything that you got from that exercise, and those knowings that have been in your body your whole life, then they start coming out. So you can start, oh, okay, I wanted to be a dancer. And so maybe you're 50 years old and you'll never be a prima ballerina. Like, it's just impossibility at this age. But you can get up in the morning and start doing your own ballet moves. You can start dancing in the in your bedroom. You can start dancing out in the grass. Like, you start getting in touch with the things that make you most passionate. And then you can also start deciding what's in your way. And for that, I like to offer people a death meditation, and realizing, wow, I might get a call any second. So imagine the doctor calls you and says you have 2 weeks left on this planet. And so then you start imagining, okay, within those 2 weeks, what do I want to do? And what do I regret having not done, or not having the opportunity to be able to do? And then within those 2 questions, then you start understanding what really matters to you and what you could regret in the future. And so then each morning you can start waking up and doing more of what really matters to you, and start crossing those regrets off of your list, so that it's making friends with death, so that when death does come, you have the least amount of regrets and you're actually living your life. Still not easy. Like yesterday, it was really hard to be able to make myself go to sleep. I still didn't get enough sleep as I wanted. It was really hard. Like, we tried to focus in the car and we ended up getting into a stupid fight because we couldn't both agree on what it is that we were trying to get in. We had all this pressure to be able to have this outline and have everything ready, because I'm so used to carrying the outline in my head. And one of the up levels is that our organizers want to have the outline on a piece of paper. And that was, I couldn't believe how hard it was to actually sit and prioritize and put that down and like narrow down this vision that I just bring in all these tools and can read with the energy, and to be able to, oh, okay. And then this morning went so well. And I'm like, oh, I'm not the same Monique that a long time ago said at 6:45, I'm going to greet people at the door, and at 7 o'clock, we're going to do this, and 7:15. And like, it felt to me that having that type of outline was so against reading the energy. And yet, because I got so clear this morning, and then really made it a priority because they asked me to, even though it was hard, I had never been so clear in a workshop space. And so it was so easy to be able to tune in to that intention in that moment. And I still switched a couple of things around, but the things that came through were really amazing.
Yeah, it was a lovely morning. I think people got a lot out of it. Do you think that death meditation was very emotional for some people?
Yeah, it always is. And then getting in touch with what you really want, and then starting to bring that into your life. So anything you want to add before we finish?
No, I think I'm good. I'm ready to go take a nap.
Time to prioritize sleeping for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love all of you. So start looking at the regrets that you're having, the things you're putting off, the things that really matter to you, where you're not in alignment or congruency with what you're speaking and what you're actually doing.
Yeah.
And start doing more of it.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye, loves.